Justice carried out by the country is not felony. Is arresting someone the same as kidnapping someone? Of course not. In the same way, executing someone is not murder. It is the punishment done by an unbiased and impartial third party. Now, as my partner pointed out, the government should take the public opinion into consideration. In a democratic society, the government should not go against the public mandate. And fourthly, they mentioned numerous times about the crime rates decreasing from a certain period of time. However, they did not take into account other influencing factors, such as my partner pointed out, social economic health, unemployment rate, or perhaps the enforcement of police personnel. They are all contributing factors, and the death penalty is not the main factor in this case. Thank you. I'm now ready for cross-examination.
Second affirmative, cross-examine, second negative. 2 minutes.
Thank you for your speech. And first, with life imprisonment without, if life imprisonment without parole is the capital punishment, and the trial will be the same as death penalty, in which ROUND trials can also prevent misjudgment with such proof trials.
But it is a common concept that judicial personnel will take matters of life or death before discretion. It is a common concept within the human mind.
Okay, thank you. And then you mentioned that retributive justice, so you want to encourage our society to have the revenge.
I did not mention retributive justice.
You mean that the kid was killed?
What?
In your, okay. And then, do you believe that government should do whatever the public want?
No, but they should not ignore the public's opinions as well.
Do you believe that people also want to lower the tax or even to do not pay the tax?
But we do not lower the tax.
So I mean, but should government?
This is a policy debate, as in whether we should change the current plan. We are not changing the current tax.
Thank you. And how do you going to compensate the family if once misjudgment occurs?
One misjudgment, there has been no misjudgment.
You believe that death penalty will be no misjudgment occurs?
Let me just put this clear. You cannot compensate someone if he's like in your plan. If he's incarcerated at 40 and he's at 80.
Okay, thank you. But how do you compensate since a life is gone?
How can you compensate someone's youth?
So you mean, if once misjudgment occurred in death penalty, the life was gone, how do you compensate their family?
I mean that miscarriage cases should not happen.
So do you have any system to support this?
Yeah, we will enhance the judge's personnel. Actually, you have around this.
Okay, yes, thank you. And do you have any budget of employer plan?
We're not going. Yeah, there is a current budget from the Ministry of Justice that will enhance.
Thank you.
Generation.
This is fun.
rebuttal speech, 3 minutes.
The death sentence is ruled by an unbiased third party, and this is the consequences a criminal has to face after he chose to commit horrible crimes. It is not murder, neither is it revenge. I would like to emphasize that the death penalty does hold a strong and irreplaceable deterrent effect, as we just proved to you. Our evidence eliminated the other factors by math calculation. It has been proven that the death penalty saves lives because repeat murders are eliminated and foreseeable murders are deterred. Moreover, we should not neglect the cultural differences between Taiwan and Western countries. Public authority is based on people's approval. The majority of the Taiwanese people are neither willing nor ready to abolish the death penalty. Our poll says that more than 80% of Taiwanese people are against the abolition of the death penalty. And their poll only has 33% of people that agree to abolish the death penalty, which, as they agreed, is still a very low percentage. And about misjudged cases, the procedure before the judge can sentence someone to death is strict. Under the current criminal code, there have been no innocent people executed. And even if we do abolish the death penalty, regardless of whether there really will be misjudged cases, the problem would not be solved. Therefore, the affirmative plan lacks solvency. And not all the victim's family want the criminal dead, such as Xiao Denpao's mother. You cannot know that the victim's family gets closure from having the criminal dead. And about human rights, jailing a person for the rest of his life is also a great violation to their human rights. And if you sentence someone at 30 and he was proved to be innocent at 80, I would say that no amount of money can compensate the time he could have had with his family and his youth, which we ripped away from him. Time is as irreversible as death. Now, the affirmative failed to show how we can enforce the prisoners to work without further punishment. They will be demanding taxpayers' money against the people's will. The affirmative also failed to propose how they would grant justice if the prisoner attacks inmates or law enforcers in prison without further punishment. They also failed to bring up statistics about their budget to keep so many people in prison against the public's will. Thus, the affirmative's plan lacks feasibility. Seeing as the affirmative's goal is to alter current regulations, they should not do so irresponsibly and unprepared, leaving our correctional system in a dysfunctional state. We don't see the urgency and necessity of making such a drastic change hastily with all the disadvantages mentioned in this debate. Moreover, we are talking about Taiwan, and the Taiwanese people are against this change. Therefore, we, the negative, strongly oppose the death penalty to be abolished. Thank you.
Affirmative rebuttal speech, 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout this debate, the affirmative has clearly established contentions as follows. Firstly, the death penalty is a